Okay, today during our reading class, this is going to be a taped lesson for those of y'all who either need to hear it a second time or if you're unable to attend the lesson. So today we're going to be talking about beginning, middle, and end, and characters, setting, and events. We're going to be talking about lots of different things. And we're going to be using our Wonders workbook, Unit 1, so make sure you have that out. And we're going to be listening to the story, Maria Celebrates Brazil. I have a PowerPoint that we can follow. It is on Google Classroom, second grade reading. All your assignments today. Here's your PowerPoint. You can follow along with me. You have a vocabulary workbook page. You're going to summarize something about Maria, and we're going to be talking about grammar. Sorry about my doggies. They get a little worked up when it comes to getting towards nighttime. All right, so here's our slide. Maria Celebrates Brazil. If you were not a part of the lesson, I want you to take out a notebook. Yesterday we took out our math notebook. I want you to take out a different notebook and put reading on the top of it. This is going to be our reading notebook. We'll have anchor charts in here. We'll have some reading response. So I don't want it to be the same notebook as your math. If you don't have a notebook yet, make sure you do it on a piece of paper. Now, we wrote this in class, but if you weren't with us, then please do it now so that you have this anchor chart. Or you can always pause this video whenever you need to. All right, so Maria Celebrates Brazil. This is what your workbook page looks like on page 2. Something I want you to think about is our essential question. How are families around the world the same and different? How are they the same and how are they different? How are they the same and how are they different? Think about that story we listened to yesterday. You can go back to the PowerPoint to listen to it about dinner with Alejandro and how the guest was eating lots of different foods. How are they the same and how are they different? Maybe they had different foods, but we all eat around a dinner table. Maybe they're different because my family eats in the living room and your family eats at the dining room. How are they different? How are they the same and how are they different? So before we start reading this, I want you to be thinking about that question. And what do you wonder about? It says Maria Celebrates Brazil. What do you wonder about this question? How are families the same and how are they different? How does that go into our story, Maria Celebrates Brazil? Now, I told you the skills for our story will be characters, setting, and events, and beginning, middle, and end. I'm going to read the story. You can read along with me. Maria Celebrates Brazil. Maria and her family are in their bright, hot kitchen. Please, May, por favor, Maria begs. May speaks Portuguese. This is the language of Brazil. No matter how much you beg or plead, you must go to practice. The parade is next week. So, as we talk about this, our text evidence can tell us a lot about the character and the setting. If you look at this first sentence, it says Maria and her family are in the bright, hot kitchen. So right there, the text tells me that the characters are Maria and her family. Could be a mother and father, could be an aunt and uncle. All we know right now is that it is Maria and her family. And then the setting is in a hot kitchen. Okay? A lot of times, the beginning of the story is going to give us a hint, not tell us, give us the hint about the problem. So I told you yesterday about our 5-finger retell. We have our character and setting in the beginning. Right here, first paragraph, it tells us Maria and her family are the characters. Then it tells us the setting is the hot kitchen. And if you keep reading on to that second paragraph, I can start to see that there might be a problem in the story. No matter how much you beg or plead, you must go to practice. The parade is next week. So what do you think the problem might be? What do you think that problem might be? I can also use the illustrations of the story. The illustrations are what the author or the illustrator draws. Okay, it's not a photograph, it's what the author or the illustrator draws. I can look right here at Maria and I can see her arms are crossed. I can see her red, her face is red, her cheeks are red, she's got a frown. She's upset. She's upset. And, you know, this lady right here, her mother or her aunt, is saying, you have to go practice. You have to because the parade is next week. So I'm thinking the problem is Maria doesn't want to go. For whatever reason, she does not want to go to this practice for this parade. So a lot of times, the text evidence and the illustration, the picture, the drawing can tell me what the problem is of the story. Now over here on your paper, I want you to write. It says first, draw a box around the characters. Okay, so I want you to draw a box around the characters. And then where are they? What is the setting? What is the setting of the story? The next question, it says in paragraph 2, so I have paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Circle what Maria's parents want her to do in the beginning of the story. So what do they want her to do? Go ahead and circle. Make sure you circle the text in the story. Text in the story. Remember, you can pause this at any time. Now we're coming to the middle. The middle. So the middle, once again, the beginning tells me the characters and the setting. This story gave me a little hint about the problem. The middle is going to tell me what the problem is and the major events of the story. It's not fair, says Maria in English. May does not know a lot of English. Maria is surprised when she asks, what is not fair about going to practice? You must do the right thing. Anna invited me to her house, Maria answers. I want to go. Pi says, Maria, the parade is important. People from around the world come to see it. They try our food, see how we dress, and how we live. It is a chance for us to share our culture. Now that we read this page, I want you to kind of answer these questions or follow these prompts. It says, circle what Maria says about going to practice. Okay, what does she say about going to practice? Maria. What does Maria say about going to practice? And then draw a box around the reasons she feels this way. So, what does she think about going to practice and why does she feel that way? Okay, why does she feel that way? And then that's in paragraph 3. I'm sorry, 1 through 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And here's paragraph 4. It says, visualize. Underline details that help you picture the parade. What can the family share there? So you have 2 things to do. 1, underline the details that help you picture the parade. And then answer in those on those lines, what can the family share there? All right, page 5. I know, but I really want to see Anna, says Maria. Pi says, Maria, you can go see Anna another time. They are giving out costumes at practice today. Maria thinks about her father's words. Pi is right. She and the other children have worked hard for a year. They practiced their dance steps over and over. They even made their own bright, colorful costumes. And then over here, you have some more prompts to do. It says paragraphs 1 and 2. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Draw a box around what Maria can do another time. What important event is happening today? That's what you're going to write on those lines. And then, if you weren't in class today, I want you to take the time to talk about these questions with someone in your household. What is Maria talking about in the first paragraph? So, when it says it's not fair, what is she saying? What's not fair? Why does Maria think going to practice is unfair? What is her problem? Why does Pi say Maria can see Anna anytime? And why is getting the costume important? Make sure you talk to someone about those questions, because that's what we did in class. And then we have pages 6 and 7, which is the end of the story. It says, "You're right," Maria says to her father. "I'll go to practice. I'll tell Anna I cannot visit her." 1 week passes. Lots of people line the streets. The children in Maria's group are wearing their sparkling costumes. They know each dance step. They dance to the beat. And then on this side, I want you to kind of answer this question right here. This is our first paragraph. It says, how does Maria feel about going to practice now? In this paragraph, how does she feel about going to practice? In paragraph 2, I want you to underline the 2 sentences that tell when and where the parade takes place. When and where the parade takes place. I'm going to read the last page. The crowd moves aside as they make their way down the street. When the crowd moves away, Maria sees a woman with a camera. She is hurrying. The woman scurries by Maria. She puts her camera to her eye. Maria smiles from ear to ear. She is excited to be in the parade. Click! The woman takes a picture of Maria. Maria is proud of her hard work. And that's the end of our story. I want you to finish what's on the side over here. I want you to complete this workbook page. That's what we did in class, so make sure you don't fall behind. It says in paragraph 2, here's paragraph 2. Circle the person Maria sees when the crowd moves away. Underline details that help you picture what the character is doing. And then that last box says beginning, middle, and end. How does Maria feel about going to practice at the end of the story? At the end of the story. And then make sure you talk to someone about these. How does Maria feel about the practice at the beginning? What does she think about practice after listening to Pi? What caused her to change her mind? Where's the setting on this page? And how does Maria feel about going to practice now? All right, so after you've read the story for the first time, I want you to find someone in your house that you can summarize the story with, so you can tell them what happened. Think about beginning, middle, and end. Who were the characters and what was the setting in the beginning? What was the problem of the story? What were the events? And then how does the story end? How does it get solved? Then you're going to go to this class assignment and you're going to write a summary in Google Classroom. Be sure to include the important events in order. You can use the text, but put it in your own words. Do the very best you can by putting it in your own words. When you're ready to do this assignment, just hit on the blue link. It will automatically send you to the assignment. Type your name and put your answer right here. Okay? All right. Next, our vocabulary. You have this in your workbook page. On page 8 and 9, I want you to complete all of these blanks. So it says, why do you move aside on the sidewalk? What is an important event in your culture? Okay, complete every single one of these in your workbook page. All right, our last thing we're going to talk about today is grammar. And we're going to be talking about writing complete sentences. Okay, a sentence is a group of words that tells a complete thought or an idea. Every time you have a capital letter and a period mark, that is saying you have one idea in your head. Okay? In all sentences, you'll see me do this a lot. All sentences begin with a capital letter, and they will end with a punctuation mark. It can be a period, it can be a question mark, it can be an exclamation point. But right now, we're just going to be talking about statements, and they end with a period for right now. So it tells you that a statement is a sentence that tells you about something. All statements end with a period. You can see I missed that one. I'm going to go back and fix that. Make sure my brain just grew. Here is an example. The dog chased the ball. This is a complete thought, a complete statement. I couldn't have said chase the ball. was a sentence because I don't know what chased the bull. I got to think of a complete thought, a complete idea. Then you're going to go here and you have a grammar assignment. It's going to take you to Google Classroom. Here's where everything is for Maria Celebrates Brazil. You have your vocabulary workbook, your summarized idea, and your grammar. Now this workbook, this is just a Google form that after you complete the workbook pages 8 and 9, you're going to say, yes, I completed it, or no, I did not complete it, and you're going to submit it. Want to make sure I showed you that. And here is your grammar. Your directions are going to be, pulling up here, read each group of words. If it is a complete sentence, if it has a complete thought or an idea, type in the yes box. So you'll go down here and you'll say, Steve is a good friend. Well, that is a complete thought. So I will go up into this box and I will type, Steve is a good friend. On the bus, I don't know what's on the bus or who's on the bus. So that's not a complete thought. So I would go over here in the no box and I would type on. See, I'm still doing my capital letter and my punctuation mark. I want you to practice that. But I would type that in the no box. Once you have that all done, there should be a share button. There should be a turn in button right here. If there's not, you complete it, X out, and then there'll be a turn in button right here next to the assignment. And that is all of your reading for Tuesday. Tuesday, August 4th.